There is a moment, just before the world fully wakes, when the river seems to breathe. A moment when the air is still, and the water moves without effort, as if guided by an unseen hand. In Taoism, this moment is not merely poetic. It is a teaching, a reminder, a doorway. It is the essence of Wu Wei, the art of effortless action, the practice of moving with the world rather than against it, the wisdom of knowing when to act and when to allow life to unfold on its own. Today, we begin our journey here, with the river, with the leaf, with the quiet truth that nothing in nature strains to be what it already is. Wu Wei is often misunderstood. People hear effortless action and imagine laziness, passivity, or doing nothing at all. But the Taoist sages meant something far deeper. Wu Wei is the art of aligned action, action that arises naturally, without force, without resistance, without the friction of ego. It is the difference between swimming upstream and allowing the current to carry you. It is the difference between forcing a solution and allowing clarity to emerge. It is the difference between acting from fear and acting from harmony. Wu Wei is not the absence of action. It is the absence of struggle. To understand Wu Wei, we must travel back more than 2,500 years, to the spring and autumn period of ancient China, a time of political fragmentation, philosophical flourishing, and profound spiritual inquiry. This was the era of Laozi, the legendary author of the Tao Te Ching. Though historians debate whether Laozi was a single person or a symbolic figure, the teachings attributed to him have shaped Eastern thought for millennia. In the Tao Te Ching, Wu Wei appears again and again, not as a command, but as an observation of how the universe already behaves. Laozi wrote, "The Tao does nothing, yet nothing is left undone." This is the heart of Wu Wei. The Tao, the Wei, does not force, yet everything in nature unfolds perfectly. The seasons change. The rivers carve valleys. The bamboo bends in the wind and does not break. Nature accomplishes everything without strain. Laozi lived in a time of rising kingdoms and constant conflict. Warlords sought power. States fought for dominance. Ambition burned like wildfire. In this world of striving and struggle, Laozi observed something profound. The more people tried to control life, the more chaotic life became. The more rulers imposed strict laws, the more rebellion grew. The more individuals chased wealth and status, the more they lost their inner peace. And so Laozi turned his gaze toward nature, toward rivers, toward clouds, toward the effortless intelligence of the world itself. He saw that nature never forces, yet everything is accomplished. This insight became the foundation of Wu Wei. Wu Wei is rooted in the Taoist understanding of the universe, that everything is interconnected, interdependent, and constantly in motion. The Tao is not a god, not a doctrine, not a set of rules. It is the underlying harmony of existence, the way things naturally flow. To practice Wu Wei is to align oneself with this flow, to act in accordance with the deeper rhythm of life. When we act from ego, we push against the world. When we act from the Tao, we move with it. This is why Wu Wei is often compared to water. Water is soft, yet it shapes mountains. It yields, yet it overcomes. It flows, yet it arrives. Water does not force. It simply follows its nature. There is an old Taoist story about an archer. When he shoots for fun, he never misses. But when he shoots for a prize, a gold coin, a jade ornament, his hands shake, his aim falters, his mind becomes clouded. The prize divides him. It creates tension. It introduces fear. In Taoism, this is the essence of non-Wu Wei. Action distorted by desire, by fear, by ego. When the archer lets go of the prize, he returns to his natural skill. His movements become effortless again. This is Wu Wei. Wu Wei is not only for sages and monks. It is a practice for everyday life. It appears in the way we speak, the way we work, the way we make decisions, the way we breathe. Wu Wei invites us to ask, where am I forcing? Where am I resisting? Where am I trying to control what cannot be controlled? When we release the tension, life begins to move again. A conversation becomes easier. A problem finds its own solution. A path becomes clear. Wu Wei is the art of stepping aside, so the natural intelligence of life can flow through us. Let us explore the historical evolution of Wu Wei through the centuries. 6th century BC, Laozi and the Tao Te Ching. Wu Wei is first articulated as a core principle of governance, ethics, and personal cultivation. 5th to 4th century BC, Zhuangzi. Zhuangzi expands Wu Wei into a playful, poetic philosophy. He uses stories of butchers, swimmers, and artisans to illustrate effortless mastery. 3rd century BC, Huanglao tradition. Wu Wei becomes a political philosophy. Rulers are advised to govern with minimal interference, allowing society to self-organize. Han Dynasty, 206 BC, 220 CE. Wu Wei becomes integrated into statecraft. Scholars write treatises on how emperors can rule through non-coercive leadership. Tang Dynasty, 618 to 907 CE. Taoism flourishes. Wu Wei influences poetry, painting, and calligraphy. Artists seek spontaneity and naturalness. Song Dynasty, 960 to 1279 CE. Neo-Taoist thinkers reinterpret Wu Wei as a psychological and spiritual practice. Modern era. Wu Wei becomes a global concept, influencing psychology, creativity, martial arts, and even business leadership. Across 2,500 years, Wu Wei has remained timeless because it speaks to something universal within the human experience. In our modern world, we are taught to push, to strive, to hustle, to grind. We are told that success comes from effort, from force, from constant motion. But the Taoist sages remind us that not all effort is wise effort. Sometimes the harder we push, the more stuck we become. Sometimes the more we try to control, the more chaotic life feels. Wu Wei invites us to pause, to breathe, to listen, to trust the unfolding. It teaches us that clarity arises, not from force, but from stillness. Wu Wei is the art of moving with life, rather than against it. It is the wisdom of the river, the softness of water, the grace of the archer, the quiet knowing of Laozi. When we release the need to force, life begins to flow again. When we stop trying to control everything, we discover that the world has been carrying us all along. This is Wu Wei. Effortless action. Natural harmony. The way of the Tao. Thank you for watching. If you like this type of content, subscribe to the channel for more videos.